Hey, y'all, welcome to the Tuesday payday. Happy payday. Today is going to be an incredible payday for so many people. It is auto bonus payday. It is bonus payday. We had an incredible week team wide. Some people are going to be earning their biggest paychecks yet, and some the biggest in a long time, right? So it's going to be an incredible day and something that we definitely want to share about today. So I just wanted to say that really quick. And welcome to the Tuesday Leadership Zoom. Super excited today. I have my really, really good friend and I just love you so much. And I'm super excited to have her on here sharing her story. She is on my team. She is not personally enrolled to me, but she is. I don't treat her any different than if she was not personally enrolled or not, because she has just been such an asset to my team and to my life. And that's what I love about Thrivers and about this community. It has brought my best friends, my family, my chosen family into my life. So I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. Breanna, I want you to, hold on, because I'm going to be switching back and forth, y'all, because I have a list of questions. I actually got organized. If you know me, I am not organized by any means. So just a little bit about what your life was like before Thrive. I want to know what your life was like. Well, you can introduce yourself too, obviously, but then go into what your life was like before Thrive. And then you can go into like how you found Thrive. And then how you started Thrive, and maybe may or not have like, not follow directions or something. And then we'll go from there.
Hello, everybody. My name is Breanna Christina on Facebook. My name is Breanna Muise, and I live in Truro, Nova Scotia. That is in Canada, a little tiny place as far east as you can go. Anyhow, I started in May of 2021. At the time, I was a mom of three. I was a trauma survivor, a domestic violence survivor. I was completely exhausted all the time. I couldn't get off the couch, and my life was literally spiraling away from me. People breathing was irritating me, and I just was dragging myself through life. I really seen no hope at the end of the tunnel. I didn't know what to do. No amount of coffee, no amount of sleep, nothing was helping. And I just thought that, this is going to be my life. This is going to be a really hard, shitty life. Sorry for my language. But I was in a very, very dark place. Here in Nova Scotia, we had a mass shooting, then the pandemic with COVID. And that was just things that were going on in the world, not things that I had been through. And my mom was just sitting on the sidelines watching me and didn't know how to help me either. One of her friends, Connie, was a promoter of Thrive, and my mom messaged me and was like, I sent you a sample of something in the mail and I want you to give it a try. And I'm like, okay, mom. She's always been into vitamins and holistic things and different approaches. And I at this point was at my breaking point, and I thought, well, whatever, I'll give it a shot. So when it had come and the lady had given me the instructions, I first off said to my mom, what is a sticker going to do? Like, I am a complete wreck. I say no to my kids. We're just constantly fighting at each other. I'm parenting from the couch. I'm sleeping every chance I get. I'm exhausted. I'm crying over everything. I have no patience. I'm miserable. I'm missing work. I'm struggling in every aspect of life. And I just didn't know how to get to the other side. And when I said a sticker, she gave me the instructions, and the first day I didn't follow them. I asked her if she was going to like if she was trying to kill me when she said not to drink coffee. I literally drank coffee morning, noon, and night. I would have a debilitating headache if I didn't have a coffee. People knew not to talk to me before a coffee. And so when she told me not to drink my coffee, I was like, there's just no way. Like there's no absolute way. So I did my first day. I drank coffee. My sticker was stuck to my bra. I had an absolute terrible day. I had a nap, and I told my mom this stuff is BS. The lady said, Breanna, did you try it without the coffee? And I'm like, nope, drank my coffee. She's like, just give it one day. Just one day. Try it one day without the coffee. And I thought this was like going to be impossible. There was no freaking way I was going to be able to do it. The second day I was dancing in my kitchen, asking myself where this girl had been and who she was, because I was pumped about it. I had a 3-day sample, people, and I instantly knew this was something I needed in my life. You got another question, Krista?
So yeah, I do have another question. Okay, so since I'm so glad that you gave it another chance after I just asked in the chat how many people can relate to potential as their customers not following directions, because it just happens, right? It just happens
All the time.
Even if we're like on them all day long, but it's just something that happens. So anyways, so I just thought that was a funny question to ask, but I'm so glad that you continued on. And so after you started taking things correctly, what was your life like after that? Like what things changed about your day, about your life, like, etc.? Like what changed? What did your family see in like the difference in you? What could you see within yourself, just like without, medical claims, but like physically, mentally, just everything in your life? What changed for you?
So, I think the first thing that I noticed was, like the mood support and the patience. I was starting to say yes to my kids. The small things weren't as irritating. Like for example, I use the example, I used to leave my glasses in the bathroom after a shower, and I'd come downstairs blind. I don't know how I didn't notice before I got down, but I would be like actually cussing and upset and mad and angry about it, and I would like try to bribe one of the kids to go get them, or I'd stomp up the stairs to go get these glasses. But after thriving, I was like, oh, I forgot my glasses, and I like jogged up the stairs to go get my glasses. It was just the little things. Being able to say yes to my kids 2 weeks in was truly like between 10 and 14 days was like my aha moments. I apologized to my girls because I didn't realize how bad things had gotten. I literally was living in a fog, and it was like the fog had been lifted, and I was able to think and put a thought process together. Um, it literally gave me like my life back. It saved my relationship with my family. We're still working very hard on a lot of things because things don't get turned around overnight. 2 years in, and we're still working on things. But I was excited to wake up in the mornings. I was excited to live another day versus dreading the day ahead. And it truly has changed every aspect of my life, especially my mindset. I thought life was going to suck forever. I thought I was going to struggle forever. I thought this is, the day I'm going to have every single day of my life, and I'm going to dread waking up the next morning. And Thrive just changed all of that for me. I think you kind of asked when I first came in, like what things happened. So I'm just going to dive right into like my first few weeks. And here in Canada, we get 21 days, whereas in the US, you get 14.
Hey, hold on
Yeah.
1 second. Before you do, I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
Before leading into that. So at first, I know that you had no interest in doing the promoting side, right?
No.
Okay. So she had no interest at all whatsoever. She was like, yeah, I'll do these products. But so I want you to share like what changed, why you decided to jump into the promoting side, and that was gonna lead into those next
Okay.
questions. What was your in Canada, so you go those 21 days, what was that like, and what did you do during that time?
All right, perfect. So on a Monday, I had messaged the lady I got the sample from, and I told her, I have been a part of a network marketing company before. I've done this. Don't try to sell me. I'm not selling this product. I don't have the time. I don't want to. I am too busy as it is. I have enough on my plate, and just don't even come at me with it. And so it had been a few years since I had been with this other company, and I had earned a cruise, and some things were great, but really I felt alone in the business, and I only seen like the rich people and the people that were successful and on the top of the company, saying all these things and how things were supposed to be happening, but there was nothing happening, and I was just going into debt. Eventually I just had given up. And so I told the promoter I got the sample from, I said, don't even ask me. By the next Friday, I had started promoting. I had ordered my pack, and I was rearing to go. What happened in that week was I had been waiting for my package to come. And I had this little glimmer of hope during my sample, my 3-day sample. The first day I didn't even follow the instructions. My 3-day sample literally had given me the hope to not give up. And I knew waiting for my package, because I had felt the crappiness all over again and thought, oh my gosh, I just want this Thrive to arrive. And I knew then that I never wanted to live another day without Thrive in my life, because it literally had given my body the nutrition it needed to become the person that I always wanted to be. And I knew in that moment that I couldn't afford to just add the extra onto the already struggling situation I was in. And when I was told that I could get this for free, I knew I had to do everything in my power to allow that to happen so that I could have this good thing in my life. I am the type of mom that I will put the $15 pair of jogging pants back because I seen something for my kid, or I feel guilty. So for me to spend the money on vitamins for me to feel good, even though it saved me and my family's life, I still felt guilty about that. So I went ahead, I hit the promoter button, and I just thought I need to tell everybody I know about these vitamins, and I need them to try it, because you cannot put it into words. When I got that sample and seen the sticker, I literally thought, what in the world is this? Like, this is a bunch of baloney, mom. I'll try it just to amuse you. But and it was literally the thing that gave me my life back, gave me the spark back in my life. It gave me the confidence, the motivation, the community of amazing people that have become my friends and family that I talk to every single day. People from all over, people from different walks of life, people who've been through the same things I have or completely different, people who have come from nothing or people who have come from things. We all start at zero every single month. And so that Friday, when I flipped the switch, the promoter said, what happened? She said, I just need to giggle a little, she said, and remind you of what you said on Monday. She said, like, what changed? And I said, I need this so bad, and I know so many other people do. And so when she told me I could get it for free, like, I just knew it had to be done. I had to do that for me. And that decision changed my whole entire trajectory of life in the last 2 years. It has not all been peaches and roses and rainbows. It has had ups and downs. I've had struggles. I've wanted to quit probably 25 times. But I never, ever, ever quit on myself. I never quit on myself. And now I'm here today to say that anybody, no matter how long you've been in this, you can change your mindset and put the actions behind it and change what you want to change in your business and go where you want to go. So boom. Um, no, my
Yeah.
my first 21 days was nothing less than exceptional. And it was all about the minis. Literally all about the minis. I had a mini race when I first came in. I learned very quickly my friends and family were not going to be my main supporters. I didn't have a major following. I had under 700 people. I was very private from the things that I had been through in life. And I didn't have anybody interested when I started. But I knew that people felt like I did. I knew there was people that were struggling, and I knew that people could benefit from this too. So I just went to work at getting samples out, talking to people, sharing my experience, going live. I was scared. I was sweating bullets my first live, guys, like sweating bullets. I wanted to puke, but I knew that people needed this in their lives. So I told everybody, I got out as many samples as I possibly could. I had, I think, between 35 and 40 samples out in my first couple of weeks. And that truly did change my business completely. People wanted to join, they seen the opportunity. Really making sure that you're putting the offers out there and you're not shorting yourself. Really making sure that you're not answering for the people you're having conversations with, and always make sure that you're human first. If it's not their time, it's not their time. But there's people out there that need the change now. And it's okay that people may not be ready now, or maybe, you know, they don't see how financially they can do this. Believe me, they're going to continue to watch, and they're going to continue to watch. And when you don't give up on yourself and you continue to share and they're ready, they're going to reach out to you, and they're going to thank you for inspiring them and for giving them the hope that they needed. And when you start getting those messages from people, just from sharing your day-to-day life, one of the biggest things is don't try to be someone you're not. And just share who you are and be human first in building those relationships. I'm going a little squirrel, Krista, bring me in.
You're good. And that was one of the biggest things
Oh, you're frozen.
that inspired.
Maybe I'll keep talking.
I'm frozen.
The minis is huge. Follow up is huge. Giving people options. So like
I'm not sure. Somebody's frozen.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you, Krista.
Breanna, you're frozen. Okay, so if you can hear me, I'm gonna talk real quick. So one of the biggest things that inspired me about Breanna's testimony and her story. Let me, if somebody, okay, she's gonna jump on back on. Okay, so are you good, Breanna? Check your head. Yeah, I can see you. Okay, all right, hold on. Okay, so one of the biggest things was that she started this with, a small following. She had everything, her profile was set to private, right? So she only had the people, that she either knew personally or that were in her friends list on Facebook, which was small to begin with. She has grown so much over these past couple of years because she stayed consistent in sharing who she was. I've never seen her waver, because sometimes, and I am even guilty of this, is like we get stuck in that comparison game, right? And then I see other leaders and people that, like, as I was reaching 12K and 40K, and I was like, oh, well, I need to look like this, or I need to present myself like this. And I got caught in that, right? I'll be the first to admit that I got caught in that trap. Thankfully, I got myself out of that trap. But Breanna never wavered. She has always been herself, and she has led with the things that she knows about. She freaking cooks her butt off, and she shares about she goes lives while she's cooking, right? And shares what she's cooking and how she meal preps, because she's got some health issues that her diet has to be filled with certain things. So she gets to share that. She gets to share who she is. And with her having a private profile, that speaks volumes, right? You don't have to have thousands of followers on social media to be successful in this business. You just have to show up as you. because you're going to attract the people, your audience. You don't have to, it's not possible to reach everybody, right? We have to find the people that we can actually connect with and build relationships with. If I'm going to try to reach everybody and there's somebody coming into my network that I have nothing in common with, then I'm not going to get anywhere with that person because I don't have anything to build off of, right? So I'm just so proud of you that that you have persevered. You stuck with your boundaries and where you felt safe, with having to keep that profile private. And she's actually in a season right now where she's venturing out into other things. But anyways, it's just super exciting, and I've loved watching you grow. You have grown so freaking much. But hold on, let me go over into my next set of questions. Okay, so when you first started, I want you to share a little bit about what you accomplished during that time, like your first 30 days, your first 90 days, whatever, what you accomplished during that time. And then what obstacles have you faced in your business? And then we're going to get into something else. So what did you accomplish like in that first season of your business? And then what obstacles have you faced that you've had to overcome? I gotta come and find you again. Hold on. There we go.
All right, perfect. So when I first came in, there was no VIP 400. I had hit my VIP 800 and my VIP 1600. At the time, there was rank advancement matching bonuses. So I earned myself that 4K bonus, and got that bonus payment, not every time, but I did get it a few times. I got my Maui gyms. I had grown quite a network of customers and was building relationships. I had a small team of people locally that were promoting with me, and things were going really great. I was, hitting all the things. And then I kind of, life happened, comparison game happened, and I just kind of got myself into a funk, and I felt like I was stuck. And I really struggled to figure out what value I could bring to people, what to share about. And I was making things almost too much work. There was no fun in it anymore. And things had just kind of fizzed out. I had a lot going on in my life, and I wasn't putting as much effort into it. They had announced that 4Ks could earn the getaway the next year. And I literally was sitting there the month before thinking nothing's happening in my business. Life's kind of getting crappy again. I'm starting to have these bad thoughts. Look at so-and-so, she just came in, and look at what she's doing. And my paycheck says 0. And I was all in my head. And they announced last October the 4Ks could qualify for Riviera Maya. And I instantly knew that that was something that I wanted and I needed for myself. And I just switched. I started talking to more people. I started expanding my network. I started getting on the phone. I started telling people my story. I started going live. I talked about other products, not just the 3 steps. I gave people options with their budget. I, reached out of the box. I made my own promos. I talked to people outside my comfort zone. I asked people to do me a favor. I grew friends in the meantime and was working on myself. And I did the dang thing, and I got to Riviera Maya. And I'm telling you, when they say there's nothing like a getaway or a Thrive Palooza to fire you up, there's nothing like being in a room with thrivers, and they mean it. I was so nervous. I was going to this getaway completely by myself. My life at home was just totally like, things were like going downhill. I was having some issues, and I just thought, oh my gosh, I went anyways. I was terrified. And I thought, I'm going to go there, and this is going to be like my old network marketing company that I was with. And I'm going to get on that resort, and I'm going to be alone, and I'm going to be scared, and it's just going to be like, oh, this is nice, but like, where's all the people that are, wanting me to get all these sales all the time and whatever. Like, they seem to be my friend then, and I just got there, and it was kind of scary. not being said, there was a few people that were really nice, but like it wasn't what I expected. And so when I went to Riviera Maya, I had this whole like thing about how it was going to go down, and it was totally not like that. I got off of that little cabbie thing at the front door, and people were like grabbing a hold of me. I was sweaty in a t-shirt that was like hot sauce t-shirt. I don't even know where it come from. And I had no makeup on. My sticker had sweated off. I was exhausted and felt sick to my stomach. And they were all like, let's take pictures. We love you. Like, it was so welcoming. And just the feeling of being with those like-minded, positive people who are looking to benefit their lives and improve them and help others do the same. It was just something that I will never, ever forget. And the relationships that I built there and the people that I still talk to and know that they're in my corner, we have no team ties, zero, like nowhere's in the line together. And we help each other, we cheer each other on, and we care about each other. They're my friends. Sorry guys, I'm getting excited and I'm getting over a cold. Basically it was super, super awesome. I obviously went and re-ranked my 4K, grabbed that trip, and then I came home and I didn't apply myself. So guess what happened? I just thought, oh, it's all going good. And then I just kind of like stopped doing the things. Well, guess what happens when you stop doing the things? The good things just stop coming to you. So I really did shift in these last few months again, and this is the time. I'm ready. I've put in the work. I've had people following me for 2 years. I've stayed consistent enough and done the hard work on myself, and now things are falling into place. But in May, I literally looked at my cloud office. I had 0 new accounts, 0 PPA, and I looked at myself and I said, Breanna, are you quitting? Or you're going to do something to change it, because this is not what you're here to do. You are worthy of greatness and you are not producing what you are capable of. So, Krista, do you have anything to say before I go into this most recent mind shift and actions?
Well, I'm just blown away by you, and thank you for sharing everything that you have shared thus far, because it's so relatable. I know that sometimes it's hard for us to get this honest, right? Because all of us have these thoughts, right? It doesn't matter what rank that you're at. We have thoughts of self-doubt, or we let life circumstances take over, definitely, and we don't apply ourselves anymore. And like Amanda was just saying, like you got intentional when you for Riviera Maya, when you were running for that, you got super intentional. And then, life happened. And then sometimes that can suck us down and we are not applying ourselves anymore. We're not staying consistent. And then it happens to the best of us, right? It happens to the best of us. But it's those that can catch it, that can do some self-inventory, and like you did, and decide like put a 1 in the chat if you have ever thought about quitting this business. If you have ever been in that place where you're like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can come back from, for me, it was, I've fallen so far. I lost my 80K rank for a long time, and we're getting it back this month though, baby. But I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it back from that. So I think that we can all kind of relate to that, right? So thank you so much for sharing that, for one. And then, just share what you kind of already did, as far as like what made you decide to go all in during that. You did some self-inventory. You really thought about your why, what you want out of this and what you want to accomplish. You got a taste of what the Lavelle lifestyle is like, at that trip at Riviera Maya, which was incredible, y'all. Her first lifestyle getaway. I got to see her. She did an interview there with the corporate film crew, I was just in tears because like what an amazing first getaway, right? So it was just absolutely incredible. So she was remembering these things, and that's why you need to get to Vegas. There's plenty of time, y'all. I'm going to put that in here, plug that in here real quick. There's plenty of time. Do not count yourself out. There's nothing like it. It will be life changing, game changing. Anyways, so now that we're going into, you decided you were going to go all in, right? And it's been, I don't even know how long it's been, but we talk every day. So I lose track of time. But we stay accountable to each other and run ideas by each other. And you have inspired me every single day with how on fire you are. You are focused, your blinders are on, you know exactly what you want, you know exactly what you want to accomplish, and you know you're going to do it. And I know you're going to do it because you have such conviction in your drive, determination, and in your goals. So you can speak about the questions that I have, but you can kind of go into it however you see fit. But like, what growth have you seen like between last month and this month? Okay, I want you to shout yourself out, baby, because it is huge. And what are hold on, and what are okay, and then go into like what are the things that you're doing right now, like how have you seen that success? Like, give some tips to people, like what can they do, because I know that you've stepped way outside of your comfort zone in doing the things that you're doing right now to see this extreme growth. So just with that, just share some tips, share your growth between like last month and this month, how extreme that's been, and then how you've done that.
Okay, so basically in May, I have 3 kids and 2 of my girls' birthdays are in May. So I was really behind and I wasn't making extra money. And I just looked at that 0 PPA and that 0 new accounts. And I said to myself, you know that you're not going to get a paycheck next week if that doesn't change. And with the job that I have, I work in home care. I'm a continuing care assistant. And I love my regular job, but I have 3 kids and I don't want to work myself to death. I don't want to be physically drained. I want to have the freedom to decide what my paycheck is next week. I want the endless opportunities that this company gives me. I want to travel. I want to have a savings account for my family. And I might have a pension and I might have a paycheck from my regular job, but they don't have these opportunities like I have with this business. And when you have a product you can stand 110% behind and a company who is absolutely brilliant, utilize what they give us. That is one of the biggest things. And don't devalue what worth this is, but always remind yourself that starting somewhere is better than nowhere. So like if someone doesn't have the funds to start right away with 3 steps, don't give up on that person. Find out, what you can do to work with them and that kind of thing. But I just knew I wanted more from life. And I knew what I had to do. I had to get back to the basics. I had to start doing that again. And no, it doesn't matter if your team's not doing it. You need to do it. You're the only one that matters. It doesn't matter if your upline's doing it. It doesn't matter if your downline's doing it. It matters if you're doing it. So you need to ensure that you're growing your network. You need to be adding friends. If you're sharing to the same amount of people all the time and you've already exhausted that network, you need to expand that. So do it in your own way though. Like don't, some people, it works for them to add 200 people in a week. That doesn't work for me. I get comfortable with the amount of people and I add, 20 more. And then I get comfortable with that amount of people and talk to a few new people. And then if, leads start falling off and I don't have anybody to talk to, I start adding some more people. But definitely getting samples out, giving people options, building relationships, getting in 3 ways. Validation is huge. But using your voice, being brave to share about the opportunity. Just because you haven't earned it yet doesn't mean you can't share about it. Make sure you're sharing different points of views. Like just because my story is relatable to some and most people on my Facebook doesn't mean that my girl so-and-so ain't going to see a live with me and Krista and say she drives a Cadillac and it's free every month. You have to use your voice. You have to share different stories. You have to put it out there in different ways. Don't give all the details in your post. Like, get people excited. Make sure you're showing your excitement. Use your voice. Get in voice clips. One thing that has changed in the last few weeks for me is I have been asking people to call me. Get on the phone with me. Let's talk it out. Let's make a plan. Give them hope. Tell them your story. Like, some people don't know your story, or maybe you haven't told it to them yet. And then they get on there and they tell you what's holding them back. And you're like, girl, that was so me. And I tell them my story and they're like, sign me up. Getting people, invite them down to your host. They have these new, the host rewards thing for my events, the Thrive Mingles. If you're not taking advantage of that, we just went down to the coffee shop down here downtown a couple weeks ago, got some new leads just from talking to the people in the coffee shop. I only had one person show up, y'all, but I got names. I talked to people. I got out of my comfort zone, and I have 2 more booked this month. So just sharing in different ways, talking to people on the phone, getting in front of people. You know how good it felt to be in a room with people and talk to them? Hey, I have this really amazing product and I'm doing this event. I need 5 people to qualify. I was wondering if we could just talk for a second. I could get your name, phone number, and email. That's what I did, guys. And my event was approved, and I'm working on my rewards, like getting outside the box. I'm expanding my network and I'm using my voice. Use your story, use other people's stories, use validation. Stop trying to do what other people are doing. For me, I was, they say put your 3 steps in your stories and make sure you do this and make sure you do that and make sure you got this post and that post. Well, maybe that doesn't work for you, and your things are going to change. I was trying to create my things. I was like trying to get new hobbies on top of my crazy busy life, and then they would fail. And then I was like, well, I just suck at this. But when I decided to just show up as myself and share my life and my journey and my kids and my cooking and my bad days and my vulnerability, and people started to realize that I wasn't just this billboard of vitamins. I wasn't trying to shove a sale down their throat. I was trying to impact people's lives, because this truly changed my life in every single aspect. Guys, my van's broken down on me a few times, and I really, really need this auto bonus. And I've been in this 2 years, and I decided now is the time. I went 4K this month by the 5th. BOGO definitely helped with that. Don't get me wrong. But I went 4K by the 5th.
No,
And I said to Krista, yeah, go ahead.
I need to jump in here from where, like, if we're talking about like this year alone, from her listening to this mindset shift and what she said she was going to apply to her business. I mean, she just told you everything that she's doing right now, which is insane. That's what we have to apply ourselves. We have to, if we want it, then we have to do the things. If they're uncomfortable, they're only going to be uncomfortable for so long, and then it becomes habit, right? We just have to do the things. But looking at like where you were from, life happening and it affecting your business, because that's what happens. We don't apply ourselves as much. We get stuck in these depressions or whatever you want to call them. But you caught that in yourself, and you knew what you had your hands on with Thrive. You knew what you had your hands on with this opportunity, and you switched your mindset and you decided to apply self-discipline and get it done no matter what. You've been super sick, right? You've been super sick during this time, and have had a lot of life going on, but you are still freaking crushing it. And we came into this month, man, and to see her, because she has been set on Vegas, and I knew without a doubt it was the same drive that she had when she was going through Riviera Maya, and she wanted to get it done as soon as possible. And so when we came into July, and yes, BOGO helped because she has built her customer retention. She knows what her customers want. Like she's our BOGO queen on my team, right? So yes, BOGO did help a lot, but she hit 4K, her re-rank last month for the first time in how many months since you've hit 4K that last time? I don't know if I have to unmute you again. Hold on. Hold on. I can't hear you. Can anybody else hear? Or is it just me?
No, I can't hear.
Let me try to unmute you one more time.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay. So
Okay,
how many months had
perfect.
it been since you re-ranked before that?
Since the last getaway in October. So I would have qualified, I think, like September, the month of September. So it's almost been a whole entire year.
Okay.
And yeah,
Okay. So it's been almost an entire year since she has re-ranked 4K. Okay. So last month when we still had those re-rank bonuses, then the last month she re-ranked 4K by the end of the month, right? By the end of the month. And then it was the 5th of this month and she already has surpassed 4K. If that doesn't say everything right there, that when you get intentional, you find that healthy work-life balance. We work our businesses around our life. It's not the other way around. We don't have to try to work our life around our business. For sure. Like, make sure that you are finding that healthy balance, because you don't want to resent this business, because it's fun. It's full of joy. It's just I always say when I'm sharing my story, I have the best job in the world. I get to feel amazing, help other people feel amazing, change my life financially, and help other people do the same. So she got intentional, and the extreme growth that she has experienced in the last 30 days has been absolutely insane. And she will go 12K this month. She is surpassed, on track for that. And I am just so extremely proud of you. And I just needed to jump in here and say that real quick, just to give a visual for almost a year for, not ranking 4K to going 4K by the 5th of this month. That is huge. And that just shows you that any of us can do that. Any of us, with getting intentional, knowing what you're working for, like, we can see these ranks as 4K, 12K, but what does that mean to you? What does that rank mean to you? What is 4K going to do for you? What is that extra weekly paycheck going to do for you, for your family? Like, what is that auto bonus going to do for you? When I started this, I was a single mom without a car, and I needed to get me and my baby around. I needed that 12K. That's what it was for me, a vehicle to get around. That's what Breanna needs her auto bonus for right now. Like, really get zoned in on why you need this, and your why is going to change as you reach those goals. So I just needed to put that into perspective. Business is ups and downs. It doesn't, there's ebbs and flows to everything in life, but especially in business, right? So it's the ones that ride through those ups and downs, right? That stay consistent, that stay the course, that keep your blinders on, get intentional. Those are the ones that are going to see success, right? It's not when you hit that obstacle or that roadblock and then you just throw your hands up. Of course, you're not going to be successful. You continue freaking going. Yes, there's going to be worse days and better days and all those things, but you keep freaking going. You have the best support system in here. I don't care if they're on your team. You reach out to anybody. You reach out to me. You can reach out to Breanna. You can reach out to Amanda. Everybody here is willing to help, regardless if you're on the same team or not. We are a unit. We are a unified culture here as Thrivers. So we literally have no excuse to say, like, even if your upline is here or not, or you don't have any team, it doesn't matter. You have a whole team of Thrivers. So don't ever let that be an excuse for you. So I just needed to put that into perspective. But if you had something else to say, I know I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I think that's good, and I'll wrap it up so we can talk a little bit about the promo. But I just want to ensure that I tell everybody the motto that I've had really has just been, I cannot fail at this if I do not quit, and only I can put in the actions to reap the rewards. Those two things, and just getting back to the basics, getting samples in people's hands and building relationships. That is just huge. Anyways, let's talk about this promo because I am pumped.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Breanna, for sharing your story. That's why I wanted to bring you on, because your growth has and your entire story is super inspiring. Even during, like, the ups and the downs, like, through all of it, you stayed the course and you stayed connected and you still showed up every single day, even when you weren't in, like, accomplishing the things that you might have wanted to accomplish, you still impacted the lives of others. You were still staying consistent. People knew you were a thriver. The people on your page, even when you weren't, like whatever in life, people knew that you hadn't gone anywhere, that you were still thriving every single day, and you shared and you were vulnerable and you were transparent. And I just thank you so much, because I know that you just helped so many people with your story today, and knowing that at any point in time, we can switch our mindset and we can decide to go all in, get intentional, get uncomfortable, and do the motherfucking thing. Sorry, I was going to drop an F-bomb in here somewhere, and that was it. I'm just going to end it with that right there. Okay.
Thank you so much for having me on.
I love you so much. So we have 15 minutes left before payday hits, which is gonna be incredible for so many people. So many lives are gonna be changed today. I'm so excited. But let's talk about this freaking. Yeah, we just had BOGO last week, and now they just dropped another bomb on us, you guys. We get $25 USD, $32.50, I believe, Canadian. Half my team is Canadian, so I'm trying to get better at the conversion rates. But $25 USD loaded to all new free accounts. That's customer and promoter accounts until Sunday. That is one of my favorite promos. That and BOGO, and we get it both within the week. That is insane. So we got that, the $25 loaded to new accounts. We got double QV on 400 and 800 packs. And then there is a free account promo for I think it's the top 10, and those credit prizes are huge. I think the top prize is $2,000 in credits, just for enrolling free accounts. And that's going to be kind of easy right now because they all come at $25. So I'm going to hand it over to a couple of different people so they can share their tips. But actually, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Amanda now because I went squirrel. So Amanda, well, you're a host, so you can probably unmute yourself, right?
Yeah.
Are you there?
Can.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You go ahead and share your tip, and then I'll be
All
back because my brain needs to read.
You're good. You're good. Recharge. Listen, guys, I don't know about you, but this call has been freaking powerful and relatable. And I can't wait to celebrate with you in Vegas, Breanna. I can't wait because I already know you're going to be there. Celebrate your promotion to 12K. Because there's a moment in time in your business, in every single one of your businesses, that it's just going to click, that it's just going to be wait, next Tuesday, my check determines on what I actually do. Right. And you can't, it's easy. As you start to grow an organization, sometimes you get so hung up on teaching, so hung up on sharing, so hung up on showing and being that support person, that your own business lacks. And that your own enrollments start to lack, and then your own confidence starts to lack, right? And unfortunately, when our confidence as a leader, and you need to understand something, my title, and if you weren't on last night's call, I'll just tell you, the moment that you decide that you want to lead, you are a leader. Period. End of story. I don't care if you are brand new. I don't care if you've been around for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. I don't care if you're a millionaire or you have zero in your freaking account. Okay. It does not matter. The moment that you decide that you are going to lead the way, then that's when you become a leader, and that's when you start leading. All right. And you have to lead yourself there first, because that's when you're going to bring other people along with you. Because, it always goes back to that saying, would you join you? Right. I'm going to tell you, I would never join somebody that wasn't serious or didn't know how to answer any of my questions, or not even need to know all the answers, just being able to be resourceful to tag me in with somebody else that can, right? So you don't need to know everything. And when I got started, I was much it was 10 years ago. I had 200 friends on Facebook. Social media was just I just basically had friends and family and some people I went to school with. And that was it. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I did see other people doing it. And I was like, okay, so I need to learn how to grow my network. I needed to learn how, and I read, and I've talked about this before, but like 45-second presentation, I needed to learn how to get my point across really quickly, very short, like your elevator speech, right? Your Thrive experience. It's the reason why Paul stresses so much on day 1, day 3, day 10, and knowing your Thrive experience and just being able to get it out there and share it with people and making them understand that first off, a sample is just a trial. It's to get you feeling what it is. I was lucky, a day 1 Thriver, and boy, I'm happy I was, because I just went, and I just shared it and I was excited, and that excitement, it attracts people, right? And sometimes as we've been around or we've fallen backwards or whatever, we lose that excitement. And I'm not talking like, boom, just spam your social media, okay? Because that's a real quick way to just turn people off. However, people need to know what you have. People need to know what's in it for them. They need to know what you have to offer, not only just the products, not only just as a, as a promoter, right? I don't know about you guys, but like the millionaire lifestyle does not relate to me or half the people I know, right? So like, if you want to like stick me, like out in the country or something and have like a bonfire, like that's more my jam. And that's what you're going to see pictures of. Okay. Because that's just me. So you're not going to see me like, and don't get me wrong, like I drive, and I've owned the luxury cars, and last year I totaled my Range Rover, and I went and I got a Gladiator and I love it. My auto bonus pays for that. That's wonderful. Do you know how many people out there have vehicles that literally would fall within that auto bonus right now? Or hey, they don't even want to go buy a brand new car. Great. They're just going to get $300 extra. That's perfect. That's relatable. I started this for $500 extra a month so I could get rid of my PRN job. I was working 5-6 days a week. So what you said about being relatable and being you, don't be anybody else, because that is going to signal out fake, 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 fake. And I just want to sell to you. And that is going to make people just like, I want the other way, right? It's like when you walk onto a car dealership and everybody comes, running to you and trying to sell you the first car and not even listening to anything you have to say. But let me throw into these tips real quick. Because I mean, literally, I was so inspired by what you had to say, because I may be a 200K. I maybe didn't lose my rank. I didn't lose my rank, but I want you guys to understand my PPA was at 0 at one time. And when Drew was still here, he called me on it. He said, Amanda, what the hell are you doing? And I was like, I'm going through a divorce and and then I realized, what the hell am I doing? Because if I'm not leading the way, my team's going to give up and they're going to fall off, and they're not going to either. Okay. And so I got to tell you guys, since my fire's been back, and anybody that's following me knows, they can see it clear as day. It's like, there's Amanda. She came back. Like, where's she been? But there she is. Right. And the reason for that, and my phone, like, it's died twice today, like literally, guys, today, because I'm attracting. I'm not doing anything crazy. I don't even listen. Some days I post one story. Okay. Some days I might post on TikTok. But here's what I am doing. I am talking to people every day intentionally. I don't have this master list of all the things. All I know is I want to inspire people. I want to help people, and I want to change lives. So what do I need to do today to connect? What do I need to do today to get that message across to people? What do I need to do today to help people thrive? And that is my mission every day. And if I go into that every day, that's my job. That's my job. That's what's brought me home. That's what's given me the last decade with my kids. So right now we have these promos for everybody out there, right? Everybody out there that's been watching you, that's been following you. And those of you guys that have been around, guess what? Everybody that you help win, you can get a percentage of that. So even though you've been around and you might not be eligible for these bonuses, let me tell you something. The people winning that are joining, that's your stability. Okay. The more realistic goals you set for somebody that they've wanted for themselves, right? Not pushing your goals onto them actually achieving what it is, their grocery money, their bill money, their rent money, their phone money, their like their house payment, whatever it is, their dream vacation with their children. That's what's going to create the success. And that, to me, means more than any dollar amount could ever matter, right? Like strip it all away, get down to the nitty gritty of what somebody needs. Results, right? Just like Breanna was saying, work with somebody's budget, find what works for them, start them with one thing, get them sharing, help them, show them how to thrive for free. And then it can grow from there. And then they might realize, oh, wait, I can get these products for free. Wait, I can make some extra money. Like that's the key, right? So the customer promo, I'm going to be honest with you. If you did take advantage last month of any of the credits, I threw it in for some of my personally. I sent out some promos today and was like, hey, like add this in. Like if you have a new customer, they not only get 25, but they're going to get something else on addition to that. Or if you sign a customer that's been pre-existing, here's what you can offer them. And I did a couple different layers of it depending on how much they spent. So get creative with it. Also do something where it comes out to like referrals or something like that. Maybe you have some samples available, right? And you do a drawing for samples, do a sample share. Like you could even make a post, right? That you're doing a giveaway. But in order to be eligible for the giveaway, they have to create a free account. They're going to get 25 credits. If they share it or they bring in the most referrals or something, somebody that wins the most referrals gets maybe a sample. Or if you have credits, you could throw in a product. Or if you have stuff sitting on your, like in your house, you could actually just ship it out to them, right? So like allow somebody to win something. But again, create a free account, share your post, tag a friend, get a referral, something along that line, like make them work for that entry. But also like put it out in your stories and every single day, put something out, right? Make sure you're reaching out to your current customers and letting them know, hey, if you get some referrals, I'll shoot you this many credits if you have them. If you don't have them, you can get creative again. Maybe you have samples of, one of the products that they're wanting to try. I sample out stuff all the time. Chill, move. I mean, literally, like I send out samples of different things for people that just want to give stuff a try, and people are willing and will share. So reach out to your current customers, be like, hey, I know this doesn't apply to you, but if you want to share your Thrive experience, like, and you get any referrals, like I'll shoot you over this or whatever, right? Also, another thing with the promoter for like the double QV, I have a love-hate with double QV because here's the thing. If you're going to get a 400 pack or a 800 pack, and that's going to double on QV, you need to make sure that volume is going to be replaced the following month. So make sure you're sampling out. And obviously we get these credits, like these promo codes and stuff like that, but make sure you're utilizing it where you are having the product, because here's the thing. If you get a bunch of people just to buy big bulks about a product, guess what they're not going to do the next month? They're not going to need product unless they're sampling. So sample among your teams. If you have customers, it's a great time to reach out to your customers, be like, look, if you bring me a couple referrals, like I'll send you a sample, blah, 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 right? Because the more people you get that in their hands, the better. And then you guys, like it's $100 to $2,000 in credits that you can earn. I need you to understand this. I have seen people win this with like 100, 200 free accounts, okay, and had like literally like 1 or 2 orders out of that. So get the accounts, because guess what? If somebody has an account with you, they can't create an account with somebody else. And if they do, it's against compliance. Okay. So if somebody has an account and their Thriver is no longer thriving and they haven't been thriving, guess what? Send in a support ticket, get them their account, like do it compliantly, but like legit, they go to enter in, they're like, oh, I don't know, somebody signed me up. Well, years ago, people used to sign people up all the time, and that's not cool. So anyways, I always send in a support team. I'm like, look, like that Thriver isn't even thriving anymore, and they don't even talk to them. So here you go, right? It's super simple, easy, and I do it all the time. Just help your customer out. And then listen, I've gotten many happy Thrivers because of that, because their people quit, but here I am, I'm still going. So guess what? They come to me. Be relatable. Don't be anything but yourself. Actually share your life, and make sure, you guys, right now, if you want to reach new people, you literally have to be intentional with that. You have to be intentional about putting that stuff out there, who you are, right? Because that's that know, like, and trust factor. everything. And people are not a sale. Some people are going to support you by cheering you on, congratulating you. Maybe they'll share a post. Maybe they'll refer a friend. Maybe they'll order from you. Maybe they'll join from you, but maybe they won't do anything except for stare at your story. But guess what? If they actually stare at your story long enough, they still boost your algorithm. Okay. So that's okay. Even like haters, like boost your algorithm. Okay. So really, I promise you guys, keep this about you and your goals and helping other people, not about a rank, a title, or looking at the next person, because comparison literally is the thief of joy. If you're going to compare in any way, compare to what you did to yesterday. Okay. Say, you know what? Yesterday I did this. Today I need to improve on, and then you make your list and you go out there and you do it. I was much, in the same place. My PPA was crap a few months ago. And I got to tell you, I am proud of myself, and shit is rolling. Excuse my language, but like my business is booming, and it is listen. And I know for a fact that my entire team feels my energy back, because my confidence is back, because I lost it. All right. Because I'm going to get a little emotional, because yes, some people that left, I was very close to, and it was very hard. Because I'm a big relationships. I'm such a mush. Okay. I'm a mush. And it is very hard, and it can be crippling sometimes. And people are going to come and they're going to quit, and they're going to join you, and they're going to leave. And like, it's hard. All right. It's hard, but my confidence was hit. I know I'm a good leader. I know where I lead from. And I know that I have the ability to help people. So I remember that, right? So you have to remember that about you. What's your goal? What do you want to help somebody with? And I'm going to tell you, it has to be about that. It has to be about what your goal is at the end of the day, what it is that you need for you and your family. And then, you go help the next person, because somebody else needs it too. All right. Somebody else needs it too. And that's my advice and my tip for that. And these referrals, you guys, we're going to be putting a whole bunch of tips out there, and, follow where you see people are growing, what they are doing, the actionable steps. It takes action. Like, you have to take the action. And when you do, it's not going to be overnight, but I promise you, like, you're going to start feeling it in the next couple weeks, the next couple months. What you do now is going to be paying off like 3 months from now, 6 months from now, and so on. And I don't know about you guys, but I am already thinking about Christmas. And Paul always talks about the visualization about the Christmas tree. And those of you guys that haven't heard that, Paul always would say, close your eyes and just imagine. And this is for the person out there that like struggles every year, right? Just like close your eyes and just imagine like that family sitting around the Christmas tree, and just like everything is taken care of. And I'm not talking about because of it being gifts, but just like that weight lifted off of somebody's shoulders. And I don't know, but that's what my massive goal is. And when I first started in this industry, I saw somebody paying off a shit ton of layways, and I said, I want to do that. And I have done that. And that's one of the reasons why I do the giveaway every year that I do. And many of you guys know what that is, where I do 13 days of Christmas. And anyways, I'm sorry I got emotional, but I just really want you guys to understand that it's going to take the action. It's going to take actually getting creative, putting it out there, and just doing the darn thing. All right, Krista, I'm sorry. I babbled a lot.
No, I love you so much, and it's really not a Zoom unless we get Amanda to cry. So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, Breanna. I just want to share one thing because I feel the same way about the double QB and the sustainability. Because when I grew to 80K the first time, I did not care. Okay, then don't. Sorry. Okay, hold on. Okay, then hand it to me. When I grew the first time, I didn't grow in a sustainable way. It was not something that I could sustain month to month. I was running for an 80K bonus. We were doing like half off of everything. It was not sustainable, right? So I also have a love-hate relationship with like the double QV, but let me say this in the same breath, that we also have the make the call promo right now, right? So you can enroll somebody with these packs this week at double QV, okay? Somebody that's going to be running for these make the call bonuses. Think about somebody's life. My life was impacted. I mean, you just heard Breanna's story. You heard Amanda share like the way that her life was impacted. Like so many of us on here, our lives were like, the whole course of our lives were changed because of this opportunity. I started this as a single mom on welfare, no car, nothing. It was just me and this little one back here. And I had no clue what I was going to do. And this has been the only thing that I've been doing for the last 4 years, and it has changed my entire life. So when you're going into this week with these promos, think about that person. Think about whose life that you can change. Take you out of the picture, because you're going to reach your goals no matter what if you are focusing on helping other people. So with this double QV this week, with these 400 and 800 packs, we already know that these packs are incredible. They come with so much that are going to help launch people's businesses. This double QV, yes, it's going to help them, that we have to make up that volume, but it's going to help them get that much closer to these rank advancement bonuses, okay? And so then they're going to be able to use this product to sample out, to use for themselves. They got promo codes to use. We're going to be helping them run for those VIP bonuses while they're running for their 4K or 12K or whatever rank advancement bonus. So that is sustainability. That is flip the switch there, right? Like, I do have a love-hate relationship with the double QV and stuff like that. But if you work it the right way, then it can be sustainable. So go into this week, talk about the opportunity, do it scared, talk about the opportunity, bring somebody on with you. If you're nervous about it, bring somebody on with you on a live and let them help you talk about this opportunity, because we're not going to grow our teams. We're not going to help change anybody's life if we're not talking about it, if they don't know that the opportunity is there and that we can help them reach the goals that they have. So with that being said, happy freaking payday. Congratulations to everybody that busted ass last week, because I know that you are jumping for joy with your paychecks this week. And let's make next week better, because we have some incredible things on the table this week. Lavelle has been showing up and showing out. When I was at the I'm going to cut it off in just a minute, but when I was at the leadership retreat, I've earned 3 so far, in Cabo was the first one I was actually able to go on, and it changed my entire life. I've been on, I don't even know how many getaways, but a leadership retreat changed everything for me, to be able to just see what Jason and what corporate have in store for us. They are genius, for one, when they launch stuff and how they launch stuff, they set us up for success. They give us absolutely everything, every tool and resource we need to be successful. It's just us. It's the self part that has to show up. So do some self inventory, write down your why, have it in your nightstand drawer so you can read it every morning. Let it your why should make you cry. It should motivate you on the days that you don't even want to get out of bed, right? Think about the person that you're going to help. Think about the person that's going to be your next Breanna, your Amanda, your next whoever, that you're going to change their entire freaking life. All right. So I know this went over. I'm done. I'm going to get off my soapbox, but let's go change some lives.
Don't go nowhere yet, Krista. I want to show you something, because Layla, when I was down on myself, Layla's my 20-year-old. Okay, guys, I started in this when she was 10. Stick on for just 1 second. I want to show you guys something. I had this in my on my Facebook, okay, and I have it as my old cover photo. I wrote it in my bathroom mirror that I was in every day, and below my goal, my daughter went in and wrote, "I believe in you," and she misspelled it. She was 10, right? And I never imagined that I'd actually ever hit the goal, but I put it out there because somebody told me to do it. Okay. And there it is. It's in my cover photos. If you go and you scroll my Facebook, and there's I believe in you. And my goal was astronomical. You guys, I hit that goal and beyond. And my kids have seen me do it, and it's changed their life. But not only that, I also can tell you that when I get down on myself, like my daughters, they are like, "Mom, do you need me to go right on that mirror again? Or do you need me to remind you of what you've done? And, they put me up here. So anyways, go do that for yourself. You've got to do that for you, right? Because that's the only way you're going to ever impact anybody else, is that when you start to believe in you, and let somebody else believe in you first if you have to, but just start somewhere. So anyways, okay, bye. I'm done. You guys, I'll get this recording up ASAP because it was incredible. Thank you, Krista.
Love
Thank
you so
Breanna.
much.
Love
Thank
you all.
you.
Bye.
Thank you for sharing that.